Hey, welcome to Kiralogues. Today I am sick, unfortunately, and I have been sick for the past 3 days. I love that so much that I decided it's time to do another sick project. What is a sick project, you might be asking? Well, it is my tendency to decide that this time that I have been given to rest and recover while I'm sick is prime opportunity to do something over ambitious, try to learn something new, do something overly complex with my crafting that I have never done before. So this time I decided I'm going to knit shorts. And if it sounds like I'm super nasally, I am sick. My sore throat is mostly gone, but I actually couldn't sleep last night because I literally couldn't breathe. I had a sore throat for the past 3 days. Today it's mostly gone, but now it's all up here. So I sound really nasally, my hair isn't done, but we persevere nonetheless. My project today, I decided that I wanted to make shorts. Crochet shorts? Wrong. I wanted to knit shorts. I am not a knitter. I don't know how to knit. I'm not good at it. I've tried once, maybe twice, not very many times. I have like 4 sets of knitting needles. So I decided that I wanted to knit shorts, and because I have this weird aversion to knitting in the round, I wanted to knit them flat. This is just me kind of, taking you through me making these shorts. Hey, voiceover Kira here. So I decided to do a stockinette stitch for this because stockinette is actually one of 3 stitches that I know. I am counting knitting and purling as their own separate stitches. Those are the only ones that I know how to do. And I was not about to learn any new stitches for this. So stockinette is what you get because I also think it looks pretty and I think it would lay well as a fabric. If you're thinking, oh my god, did she even do a gauge swatch? Like, she is not a real fiber artist. Why the heck would she just start knitting? You're wrong. I did actually do a gauge swatch, and this time it really helped me out because I was not about to spend, I can say easily 15 hours knitting these shorts and they didn't fit. So I grabbed a pair of denim shorts that I like and thought fit me well and just took note of the measurements, and I actually did knit a gauge swatch. I didn't show you the proof, but you will see it at the end of this, so hop off, okay? I did it. Be proud of me. I never do this when I crochet. Anyway, so yeah, I decided to knit stockinette stitch. The only thing that I looked up was how to increase and decrease. No, I only looked up how to decrease because that's all that I needed. I worked from the bottom up for these shorts, so I only needed to decrease on one side. And my gauge swatch worked out perfectly, y'all. When I tell you these shorts fit like those denim shorts, they do. The only thing that I would say is a little bit different is they are probably a little bit shorter, but that's fine. I was thinking that I might add like a lace or something to the bottom of these at some point, but that didn't happen in this video, so don't expect it to. I was getting a little worried, which I mentioned on my TikTok. Go follow me, by the way. I was getting a little worried that when I was knitting these, they weren't going to match up because the back is larger than the front. I think that's typical for shorts patterns in sewing, but I just didn't know how it would work out. And honestly, I couldn't tell while I was knitting because knitting curls up a lot. But, I'm just going to spoil it right now. It worked out. I didn't have to rework any of the panels, which I'm really happy about. And I am becoming a part of the gauge swatch propaganda. You should definitely do a gauge swatch whenever you're knitting or crocheting or doing anything. It's very helpful. So then we're going to get into my blocking, which not too much. I don't have blocking boards, and I at first tried to do this on the floor with a little blanket. It did not work out. So my big brain idea was to put a towel over the front door, and honestly it worked very well. So I honestly I can't complain. Like, it was, I don't have a blocking board, and you see the difference between these. The one I'm holding was the one that wasn't blocked yet, and like, I did very well. I think it worked. I put pins in a towel and I used a little steamer. By the way, this steamer, and I have beef, like terrible, horrible beef, because it almost ruined the entire project. But that's neither here nor there. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That was my little close-up of the pins. As you can see, my blocking board is my door, and it worked well. And once I finished blocking all of the pieces, I just followed this random TikTok. Honestly, you can look up any TikTok. They usually attach shorts in the same way. But I looked up a shorts sewing pattern TikTok for how they attach them. And I used the same method for my knit panels. And I attached them with a mattress stitch. And this is where I was talking about earlier that I can't really see where the little bar is. So I kind of just skipped to the next row of knit stitches to see where I could put the mattress stitch in. But honestly, you can't really tell. I think if you look closely, you could probably see that they're not in the right spot, but it's fine. So for my waistband, I didn't want to knit anymore and decided to do a crochet waistband because I actually really love this stitch. I think it's perfect for a waistband. And it only took me 2 hours. Obviously, crochet is going to be a lot faster, and then it's only a waistband, so it's not going to take as long. But this went by way, way, way faster than I thought it would, and I was really happy with how they turned out. And I also didn't show it here, but I did put elastic in the waistband. It's not typical fabric elastic. Again, we're working with what we have. I had jewelry stretch cord elastic, and I just put 3 rows of that in, and honestly, it worked very well. I can't really speak for longevity purposes because I've only had these for a couple of days, but they're definitely not stretching out as much as any other shorts that I've had. So I'll say that I think it was a great, great, great idea. Also, peep Drawfee Variety Hour in the back. In the news of them returning with that segment of their show, I decided that it was time for me to, study up on my Drawfee history and go watch some Variety Hour. And I probably watched like 5 episodes of it while I was knitting these shorts. Last point that I have about the waistband is that I did size down in my hook. I didn't show it, but I think I did like a 3.5 millimeter hook. I think that's the key to getting a really neat, straight type of waistband. So I highly recommend that. Then this is where disaster struck. So I attached my waistband, it was looking fine. It was a little uneven at the back, but it's okay. I took my steamer so that I could straighten out the seams because it was puckering up a little bit or like kind of folding inside since I attached it with a slip stitch, but I knew that I could fix it if I just steamed it out. So that's what I was doing, and I was smoothing it, steaming it, steamer stuff. And that is when my steamer just decided to, hate on me, hate on a girl trying to be great, and spit on my shorts. Do you see that? It literally threw up. It defecated on my shorts, and I was so freaking upset. I went and grabbed some stain remover to try and get it out, but mind you, this is not the first time that this happened, but I ran out of time. Okay, I'll complain about this another time. Here is the reveal of my shorts. Goodbye. So I finished the shorts, and this is my first time filming in like a park, so forgive me for being awkward. This is scary. I wanted a view, like I wanted some greenery, but this is becoming a lot more embarrassing than I thought it was gonna be. You're on a tripod right now. I feel like so conceited doing this, but it's okay. I feel like, first of all, look at the shorts. I thought up, didn't I? I did that. Okay, so the shorts, they're fun. I love them. They're great. It's hard to believe that these shorts came from this little swatch right here. I think that's really awesome. Yeah, so my main points for this, I'm going to try and make them really quick because I feel very, 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 very paranoid filming this right here. One, tension, great. Swatch, great. This turned out really good. I love how the colors look. I love my little white waistband. I think that was a good choice. My concerns about the length didn't really matter. As long as my butt isn't hanging out, it's fine. Now, the problems that I have with these shorts are, though they're still comfortable, I do feel like the seams could have been a little bit flatter. And also, the crotch area could be a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Like, they're comfortable. Y'all, I'm gonna get ate up by bugs. I do feel like the crotch could have been a little bit more comfortable. That's neither here nor there. Like, I'll still wear them for sure, because this is like my first garment that I have immediately wanted to put it on and go outside so that people can see it. This is kind of quelling my paranoia about wearing things that I make out for fear of them falling apart, because I walked past like 10 people already. Nobody even gave me a second glance. Nobody cares that my shorts are handmade. They probably don't care. They can probably tell, but I don't think anybody cares. So that's really what mattered. I think that's my little point about that. Honestly, might come back to this a little bit later, because I actually need to get the shots first, because it's getting dark and my leg is getting ate up by a bug. Oh my god, it's so itchy. I love it when that happens. That's my favorite. Hi, I get to be a real YouTuber and show you my editing persona, because I in fact got too embarrassed to continue filming that in the park. So there is no more footage from what you saw. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I sure enjoyed getting to knit some shorts. I love getting to know new aspects of fiber arts and, you know, putting my little phalanges into every branch of the fiber arts and becoming the true fiber artist that I know myself to be. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll tune back in for some more, but if you don't, I truly appreciate your presence on this one. That is all I have for you today. Bye.